Hi, my name is Terrence Shea. I'm with the U.S. Thai Martial Arts Association, founded by David German. Today we're going to do a technique sort of like whirling fists, but it's going to use concepts from outside butterfly and from seven ribs break. In outside butterfly, we work on a right punch in which this person steps in, we break, hammer fist, elbow, and hammer fist. We also have an arm break here if we choose, but again, we're going to stop right there. In seven ribs break, we do an inside technique on a left punch. And here's where we block and parry, strike, strike, here, here, elbow, and elbow. What we're going to do is sort of a combination of blending those two techniques together to make them work. So the first thing we're going to do, if you can step here please. The first thing I want to do is work on the left punch with a parry and arm break. From here, I'm going to take the hand and pull it out, striking to the ribs. And I have a hand right here, heavy hand here, downward elbow. And from the downward elbow, I'm going to come back up to the ribs, palm heel, collarbone break, and strike. Now, I prefer using the back of the hand here rather than the hammer fist because I can cover a very wide area and I can actually snap that hand in very fast. But what I'm going to do with this technique is I'm going to add something to it. So after I finish here, I'm going to loop the arm here and I'm going to go for an arm break here. Then I'm going to reach up, smack into the face here. As I do, I'm going to pull down on the elbow and do a takedown. So once again, we step in, break here. We're going to parry up and through, strike to the ribs here, downward right, heavy hand to the chest, downward elbow, rising hammer fist to the palm heel, downward hammer fist to the collarbone, slap to the groin. And as we come in here, we reach up and we lock the arm for an arm break. At this point here, we're going to step in, sliding into the chin, and pull the arm down and around. The reason I do this is because I really don't want to leave the person standing. And the psychology of a takedown is that once a person's down, they lose a lot of their edge. A takedown is something that's demoralizing in a number of different ways. First, it puts that person in a very submissive position. Secondly, if you do it right, they're going to bang their head on the ground. And third, they're in a much more vulnerable position to kicks, stomps, or a lockup on the ground. So, again, to the left punch. Here, in. The footwork involved in this is actually fairly simple, but there are a number of different endings we can use on this. When this person punches from the first step here, we're stepping back and sort of pulling him in and hooking here. As I come in for this move here, this arm's going to slide under and branch out. This is coming up into the ribs. As I do this, my body pivots, down, down, elbow down, rising fist, downward. What I'm doing is I'm working with directional harmony. I'm trying to make my body do all the work with as little effort as possible from my arms. The arms are just going to be there in the way. And as I come down here, I can step in here, strike, and as I strike and he bends, this hand automatically comes up. I keep my elbow in tight, my hand here, I can roll it over. What I can do from here, if I want to, I can step in here, or I can turn and use my heel for a rising heel kick. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to roll the arm over, dropping the elbow. And as I drop the elbow and pull it in, this hand comes in, strikes the chin, and at this point, all we do is step back and drop. And that's pretty much the long and short of the technique. I like to call it rolling fist because I can't think of anything else for it. Almost all of it is fist, but it can all be done with an open hand also. When I first do the break, it doesn't matter whether I use a fist. I can take and slap the back of the tricep here. As I come up, I'm actually striking the bicep as I come up here. Then this can be a sliding slap or it can be a raking knuckle. This is an open hand designed to drive through the person here. It drives through and down. As I do this, you come down here, my hand comes up, slaps the top of the head as the elbow drives through and down. At this point here, I'm already wound up to come up into the floating ribs with a palm heel to the chin at the same time. From there, this hand is already up, drop to the collarbone and to the groin. At this point, when if you're going to strike this guy, he's probably going to bend over. So as I do this and he bends, I've got him in a pretty good position to control him wherever I want. At this point, though, I'm simply going to do an arm break here, stressing the arm, then I'm going to reverse direction, pop up the chin, and notice my step 1, 2, turn, and drop. And that's my technique.